guys, Becca Scoops here. Thank you for joining me. So happy you guys could be here with me. And for anyone that's watching on the replay, welcome. We got a really special show today. I'm really excited about it. We have Lauri the Dream Expert with us. And I know because you guys have sent me emails saying, have you watched her? She's so good. She is so smart when she talks about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And so, of course, I always take the advice of people that know about Gypsy. And since that's what I've been covering for the last year. And so I finally got around to asking her, and she is here with us for today. So this is going to be really, really fun and exciting. We're going to have a conversation about narcissism, of course, about Gypsy, maybe even about dreams, because she is a dream expert. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and bring her up. Hold on. Hi, Lauri. Welcome.
Hello. Hello, Chad. Hello, everyone.
Hey, so I was talking with you backstage a minute ago, and first I wanted you, if you could, just introduce yourself to the chat and to my followers. Most of them know you're a dream expert, but just a little background of yourself would be great.
Okay, so I am a professional dream analyst, first and foremost. I'm a professional dream analyst. I've been doing this for 30 years. You may have even seen me on The View or Good Morning America or Dr. Oz or The Today Show or E. I've been around a long time doing this. But the convergence of becoming a narcissist educator probably began about 10 years ago. It's kind of a weird kind of convergence. So long
Yeah.
story short, I have been the victim of narcissistic abuse via a former best friend and a family member. And I noticed in my clientele that the majority of them are actually suffering from narcissistic abuse as well. And that's why they come to me, not because of the narcissistic abuse, but the byproduct of it, which is nightmares and disturbing dreams. So, because of this, I dove into studying narcissistic personality disorder for myself to help heal, and particularly for my clients to better serve them. And now with these clients, they schedule an appointment with me before they go to their therapist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the dream shines a spotlight, like a blasting spotlight right here. This is the issue. This is the problem you need to work on. So
Right.
then after the session with me, they take it to their therapist. So the therapist can take it from there and give them the tools, the skills that they need to heal and move forward.
Sure. That's fascinating. Most of us have experienced some nightmares, but um, for those nightmares to be tied to that narcissistic, situation that the person was in, that's just wow. That's kind of that's very fascinating. So, well, thank you for giving us that little background. I wanted to get into first. Maybe we were not discussing, but we were talking about the 5 red flags, or not so evident 5 red flags of narcissism. Can you help us with that?
Yes. So I think most people have a good handle on what narcissism is and the big red flags, the love bombing, the future faking, the triangulation, the um, devaluation. So I thought it would be more helpful to your audience if we talked about the 5 not so obvious red flags of narcissism. So if you've got someone in your life you suspect is a narcissist, pay attention because this is going to help you out. Okay, so the
Okay.
first one that is not so obvious is they are shockingly unhelpful. So they conveniently forget that you asked them to do something. They drag their feet and never get around to it. And by the way, these would need to be consistent patterns of doing these things we're going to go over, not, just one-offs,
Right.
consistent patterns of it.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Right. So just not to interrupt, but just so if someone just forgets to do something once or twice in your life, that doesn't mean they're a narcissist. You're
not at
saying
all.
this is like a pattern of
Yes.
behavior. Right. Okay.
Yes. And also, not just this one behavior, if there's like a cluster of these behaviors
Right. Right.
and a consistent pattern of them. So for example, since we're all here basically because Gypsy brought us all together,
Right.
you might remember Mia complaining how Gypsy was completely unhelpful with the gender reveal party, and
Oh
then
yeah.
also completely unhelpful with the baby shower.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So there you have it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're like this because if it doesn't immediately serve their own interest, it's just not on their priority
Right.
list. They
Right.
lack empathy. They don't care that you're in over your head and you
Right.
have a lot to do,
Right.
and they feel entitled to
Right.
you doing everything for them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like her. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Check their social media because there's some things you need to look for besides the obvious incessant selfies and incessant videos of them. That's
Right.
obvious.
Right.
What's not so obvious is if they continue to keep putting their social media private or they keep taking
Oh my
down.
god. Stop. Just stop. I was gonna ask you about this. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So just once again, I think it was yesterday, she took her TikTok down, and it's like this happens all the time with her where she's like, "I'm taking it down. I'm not gonna be on social media." And then it's like it lasts, or I'm doing a social media detox. I'm gonna do it for 30 days, and then she can't, it's not even 7 hours and she's back.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
And my
What is
former
that?
best friend was exactly like that too. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and they do that. There's a few reasons why they do. One, they love
Yeah.
to stir up the drama. They want to
Right.
get people talking about, or they're revising history. That's
Okay.
what narcissists revise history. So if something they
Okay.
posted doesn't currently fit
Right.
their current narrative, well, they'll take it down. They'll revise it like it never even
Okay.
happened. And
Okay.
another thing to look for on their social media is if they do. Have you heard of vague booking?
No. What
Okay,
is
so
that?
this is
Okay.
when
Yeah.
they post something like, "Well, that's it. I've taken all I can. I'm at my end."
Okay.
It's
Okay.
vague.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
so that
Yeah.
invites everyone to, What's going on? Tell me. I'm here for you." They invite
Right.
the pity.
Right. Right. Wow. Okay.
It's so
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, it's very, yeah, and that's her too. She does that a lot too. She plays the victim so well, but then that's like it can be vague too. And she's, I don't know if you know Lauri, but she also cannot help herself that she's in the comment section everywhere. Like she's perusing the internet 24/7. Anyone that says anything about her, she'll address it. It's just
Yeah,
it's crazy.
they have to clap back. You know else who does that?
Who?
Meghan Markle.
Oh god, don't get me started on that woman too. I know
But she
everything.
does it under the
Oh,
name guest speaker.
okay. She's another one. She is
Yes.
a huge narcissist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
and her Sussex squad will come at you.
Oh, I know. It's funny, not to get off topic here, but before I started this YouTube channel, I worked for a website for like 8 years writing articles, and one of my topics was Meghan Markle. So I know everything
Oh.
about Meghan Markle, the Meg exit, I
Yeah.
was there. I was all over it. So I know the Sussex squad. They
Okay.
hated me. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
another one, is constantly changing jobs, hairstyles,
Oh my
friends,
god.
and interests, and even locations.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, she's so predictable, but not, I mean, you're just like it's just, yeah. It's
It's
uncanny.
textbook. It's
It's
textbook.
textbook.
Yeah.
The
Because
hair. The
the
hair.
personality disorder is their personality. So
Yes.
they just follow it.
Yeah.
They can't
Yeah.
help it. So, and we've seen Gypsy do this with her hair
All the
constantly.
time. Yeah, all the
And
time. The hair is constantly changing all the
yes,
time.
and
Yep.
she's constantly changing what she's trying to do, be an advocate or be an exercise
Oh,
influencer
it's
or
crazy
mommy
reinventing
bonding.
herself every other week, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always different. It's always
Yeah.
different. And
Yeah.
they do this because, they're never happy with themselves.
Right.
because there's nothing in there. So they're never
Right.
happy with themselves, and they're very easily bored.
Right.
And they're
Right.
addicted to feeling special. So
Oh my
when
God.
they change it up, they get a whole new blast of supply from
Right.
people saying, "Oh, your hair looks so cute that color," or, "Oh,
Right.
you're such a good artist," whatever.
Right. So that's the narcissistic supply. That's the term, right? With
Yes,
okay.
narcissistic supply. It's ego addiction. They need to
Right.
feed their ego, but the technical term is narcissistic supply.
Right. Okay.
They do everything they do is performative. There's
Exactly.
no meaning behind anything
Exactly.
they do.
And is it true the worst thing you can do to a narcissist is like ignore them? Is that just makes them more enraged? Is they just
Yes. And
okay.
it's the best thing you can do for yourself, the worst thing you can do for them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's another one. The conversational narcissism that they do. Now, what that is they'll ask you a question just so they can quickly pivot and talk about themselves. For example, where did you go for vacation? Oh, Key West. Oh, great. Well, we went to Italy. To one up
Right,
you.
right, right, right.
You're not
Right.
listening to what you're talking about. They're just
Right.
waiting for the opportunity to jump in and one up you and how much better Italy is than Key
Oh,
West.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. And let me tell you all about me, right? Let me tell you all about
Yes.
what's going on with me. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
saw the Hemingway house, well, we saw the Leaning Tower of
Right,
Pisa.
exactly. I met the Pope, okay?
Yes.
Right?
He took a selfie with me. He thought I was so
Exactly.
beautiful.
Oh god.
Okay, and then this last one is the one that I think is the biggest. It is the biggest tell, and it's something you need to ask yourself. Ask yourself this, if there's a person you're wondering about. Do you find yourself repeatedly saying to yourself in regards to this person, "Oh my god, this is such unnecessary drama,"
Oh.
or, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, this is such bullshit."
Right.
Some
This is
version of
over
that.
yes, right. So that's another red flag. That's not so obvious, but you just keep thinking about that person and going, why are we in this drama?" That kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, if you
Why are we
realize
doing this?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just there are just a hurricane of drama. It's just there's
Right.
always something, and it's unnecessary.
Right.
It is
Right.
unnecessary. And, like, for example, with Gypsy, she did this with the whole hair fiasco
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
I have a frog in my throat, excuse me. When she went shopping at the, beauty supply shop that was only for licensed therapists. That was so
Right.
unnecessary.
Right. Right. It just yeah, she's constantly stirring up some kind of drama that it doesn't have to be stirred up at all. It's just why are we doing this? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's Gypsy for sure. And thanks for is there any more or those are the main points you wanted to bring
Well,
up?
those are 5, but I could
Okay.
also offer one more. It's a little more
Absolutely.
obvious,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
and this is what I used to call it before I knew what narcissism was when I was dealing with the family member.
Right.
I would say they have I-itis because
Oh,
their
yeah.
favorite word is I. In
I.
every conversation, it's always I.
It
I think,
I.
I
Right.
did, I. And they steer every conversation, family gatherings, parties, whatever,
Right.
every conversation winds up being about them, whether they're bragging or whether they're complaining. Because don't forget, there's also the covert narcissist. Now,
Right.
they're not
Right.
grandiose like Gypsy, they're
Okay.
covert, more undercover, and they like the pity.
Okay.
They like to complain,
Okay.
complain, complain.
Right.
And so
Right.
that's how they bring the attention onto themselves. Not that they're
Yeah.
great, but that they want the pity.
So would you say that Gypsy and Meghan Markle are the same type of narcissist?
Yeah, they're both grandiose,
They're
I
both
would say.
grandiose.
Yeah,
Okay.
in my
Yeah.
opinion, yes.
In our opinions, this isn't
Right. We
professional.
we aren't diagnosing,
We
we
are
are not the
not. We are
doctors.
not. We are not. We are not. No, these are
Giving
just our
opinion based
opinions.
on their public behavior.
Exactly.
For educational
Okay.
and entertainment purposes.
Purposes only.
Right.
Okay.
And we're not bullying.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Just a discussion, a friendly discussion.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wanted to next maybe get into a couple of your videos that I thought were just really well done. And I just was like, when I was watching them, I'm like, oh, I wish I could talk to her about this. So now you're here, so I can I can
Okay.
talk to you about this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the first one. The first clip up is the billboard one. That was the most recent. That is just so. Let's take a look at this and then we'll discuss.
Gypsy don't give a fuck. Gypsy don't give a fuck. Now what? Oh, y'all wasted y'all
Fuck
money.
you guys, because I had a great time in New Orleans. Anyway,
Louisiana mobile billboards, they put minors on billboards. Minors.
my minor child.
Minor child.
Minor
On a
child.
billboard. Look at that. Look at Gypsy don't give a fuck.
Do not give a fuck.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Fuck the haters.
How you like that, bitches?
Fuck you.
Fuck you. You put minors on a billboard.
I'll be calling tomorrow.
According to clinical psychologist Dr. Ramani, narcissistic injury occurs when the narcissist's grandiose image is contradicted, especially in public. And rather than process the humiliation, the narcissist will lash out, often escalating the performance in order to regain control and admiration.
I want to just pause it there, Lauri. This when this first happened and I saw this, like I said, and like you said, most of us know a little bit about narcissism. I know a little bit about it. But when this happened, I was puzzled at first because let me just give you a little detail about the billboard that some people may not know is that first off, they didn't know where Gypsy would be at. So it was kind of like karma that she ends up in front of it. I don't know if someone like told her it was there. This is what I don't know because New Orleans is a big place. And so they only had one of these trucks rolling around, the French Quarter. They didn't know exactly where she was at, and then all of a sudden we see her in front of it and she's going live. Now, whether she heard about it and went to it, which would blow my mind also, but not after I listened to your video about this, and then the reaction to it. So you state in this video that the narcissist, like my reaction, possibly your reaction and other people's reaction would be, oh my God, what do they have? You are not number one, you're not going to it. And if it is there, you're not going live and you're trying to like get in a car and drive away, right? I mean, that would be the normal reaction, but her reaction was to go live. Can you like discuss that a little bit?
Yeah. So there's two things going on in that video that are interesting is that she is wounded. We are watching a narcissistic injury.
Okay.
And also her watch me compulsion.
Right.
She just had to put the camera in her face when the normal person would be, oh my God, and run and hide and try to process it.
Right.
And figure out how to respond.
Right.
So my thought is that because of her watch me compulsion, she thought perfect opportunity to show my victimhood again.
Okay.
Because that's her whole reason for where she is, her victim.
Right. Right.
And look, I'm still being victimized.
Right. Right. And also, let me just play a little bit more of it. Just hold on, you guys, because it's really, hold on.
And that is exactly what we just watched. Gypsy Rose Manson did not self-reflect. She did not even keep her composure. Instead, she put the camera on herself and she performed. Because disappearing is more terrifying to the narcissist than humiliation.
That's the other point, right?
Yeah, because they don't really have shame.
Right. Right. So disappear, Like to us, it would be, to people that aren't narcissists, it would be, I don't want anyone to know about this. I definitely don't want to address it right now. I don't want to, it would
I
just
want to disappear.
I want to disappear. But to them, that disappearing is worse, right? That's
being ignored and disappearing and not existing to others is the worst thing that can happen to them.
that's so fascinating to
That's
me.
why gray
Yeah.
rocking is the very
Yes.
best thing you can do for yourself. Now, gray rocking, if you've not heard that term before, is when you are very short and curt with the narcissist and you just give one word replies. And it's only because you have to respond to them
Right.
because, it's like a
Right.
family member or something, coworker,
Right.
and you have to. So you're as short as possible and you make yourself as boring as possible.
Right. It's like a gray rock on a path. You
Right.
you don't even notice it. That's what
Yeah.
how someone had described it to me. How would you react to a gray rock on a path? It's like, well, not really react, I mean, it's, yeah. So yeah, that's the worst thing you can do to a narcissist, right? I mean, one of the worst things, I guess, is to just not validate them at all and not feed into their whatever the drama is or anything like that.
Make
So
them feel like they are not affecting you. And because what I think the two biggest thing in my experience and
right.
research and opinion, the two root things that a narcissist is that they are entitled and they need to control.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
seems to be the two bit. I mean, there's lots of unpleasant things about the narcissist, but I think the two motivations within the narcissist to make them behave the way they do is that they are entitled to whatever they want, whatever is yours, and they must control the narrative.
Right.
They must control your behavior. They must control their image. They must control everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This next video that, and this one I had the most to say about, it was the devaluing and the discarding, right? Let's listen. I got to back
The
it up.
silent treatment of discarding her mother from this life. Let's talk about the narcissistic tactic of devalue and discard, a tactic which Gypsy has mastered. Devalue and discard is when the narcissist no longer sees any value in you and will treat you as such. And they leave, often without warning or explanation, leaving you confused, blindsided, and hurt. However, according to H.G. Tudor, who is a diagnosed narcissist and has a very good channel on YouTube, there is no such thing as a discard. There's only disengagement, which means that the narcissist never permanently ends a relationship. They just put you on the shelf. Now, there are four main ways the narcissist devalues and discards you, which Gypsy has demonstrated for us. Number one, the silent treatment. The silent treatment is when the narcissist ignores you. They don't take your phone calls. They don't reply to your texts. They will often ignore you right in front of your face.
So have you felt cooped up any this week?
You know.
Well, have you? No? I'll take that as a yes. Okay.
The silent treatment often kicks in when the narcissist has their eye on new supply. By then, you are so devalued in the narcissist's mind that they don't even consider you worth the effort of a reply. And they do it to remind you who is in control. Number two is the vanishing act. One day the narcissist is there, everything's great. The next day, poof, they're gone, abruptly disappearing without explanation. No closure, just confusion. We all saw this play out when Gypsy did it to Ryan. They do this because they've either found shiny new supply, they're on the run trying to avoid accountability in some way, or they're punishing you for a perceived transgression, which could be something as silly as you saying the wrong thing in front of their friends. Number 3, replacement. The narcissist is incapable of forming real, meaningful, emotional bonds. So when a relationship to the narcissist starts feeling stale, they start looking for new supply, rather than trying to work through it, or rather than just spending time alone. They need to constantly fuel their ego. It's easy for them to just discard and replace because they have no empathy. They cannot recognize or care about your needs, only their own. So any relationship with a narcissist is half a relationship. And when they get their new supply, their new partner, they flaunt it.
Okay. This part, this flaunting it. When I heard you say that, I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go. So I don't know if you know this, Lauri, but you know that the story of Gypsy, that she leaves Ryan and she goes to Ken. But here's the flaunting of it, right? This is from page 6. It says, but just days later, so just days after she leaves Ryan, not only is she with Ken, but she's flaunting it by calling TMZ to take pictures of it, right?
Isn't that pathetic?
Yes. I couldn't understand. I mean, I knew Gypsy, was a narcissist, but I didn't know exactly all the ins and out of narcissism. So when I started watching your videos, like when I heard the flaunted part, it goes immediately to this part of it, because I remember when this happened and I thought, wow, what a cold bitch she is. You know what I mean? Right?
She's cruel. She's sadistic.
Yeah. I mean, it's only days later. Not only why do we have to go be with Ken immediately, but why do we call TMZ? You want to expand on that a little bit about this need to flaunt it, right?
Well, there's, the watch me compulsion that she has.
Right.
It is the most astonishing thing. It's disgusting as she is. She's a fascinating psychological study.
Yes. Yes.
It's
What's interesting, Lauri? I often ask, covering this case, I often ask, is there no one around her? Like, Gypsy, don't call TMZ about that. I mean, why is it? I mean, you may not know, but I always wonder, do these people, they don't take advice, obviously, from other people?
No.
So, okay.
No. Very
No.
rarely.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they do everything better.
Right.
They know better. They have to control. They have to control the narrative.
Yeah. And so it was necessary to flaunt this to Ryan, obviously, to just rub it in his face. Not only are we done, but guess what? You know what I mean? I'm getting tattoos with Ken, and yeah, I'm on TMZ with Ken. So yeah, I just thought,
we're Romeo and Juliet. We're Bella and
right.
we are.
Yeah.
She has it.
Yeah.
I think, my opinion, not diagnosing her, but I think there's some dark triad going on there too, because of the Machiavellianism. She is the sadism. She is so mean.
Yes.
She seems to just really enjoy watching Ryan in pain. So this was for sure to cause pain for him. Probably that's the core of it, more than the watch me, in my opinion.
This is the sadism. I agree. She's I've seen like messages from her. I mean, I'm into this case deep. So there's many times where I've read stuff and I'm like, oh my God, she is just, it goes beyond mean girl. It's like she delights in the suffering of others. She delights.
Well, think about the Facebook message she left about that fat screaming pig or whatever it was about her mother.
Yes.
She was probably in that bathroom thrilled.
Right. Right. Yeah, she was. Yeah,
She
I
screamed
agree.
so loud. Wasn't that what she wrote?
Yeah, screamed so loud. Yeah, we slashed that fat pig, and I raped her daughter.
Her sweet, innocent
Sweet,
daughter.
innocent daughter.
Good girl,
Yeah.
that's her narrative.
That's right. That's
You know,
right.
someone wanting to escape an abusive situation would not write something like that.
No, in fact, there was one forensic psychiatrist who Gypsy likes to quote, but she doesn't like to quote this part of what he says about her, is that those messages showed signs of sociopathy. You know, she's a psychopath also. So you can be a narcissist and you can have antisocial personality disorder. I
Absolutely.
believe, in my opinion, not
Yeah.
diagnosing, not diagnosing, in my opinion, she has both. She has traits of both. So
I kind of think she's psychopath rather than sociopath.
I
And
think she's psychopath rather than sociopath also. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I agree with
because
that. Yeah.
Psychopaths are more likely to kill.
Right. That's right. That's right. And I mean, I know people hear that and go, "Oh my God, but she's so sweet." Not sweet, but she's just a girl. She's just trying to be on social media. What do you mean she's a psychopath? Well, you don't know the whole story. You know what
Yeah,
I
and
mean?
she
You just don't know.
definitely has her small frame and little baby voice going
Right.
for her.
Right.
The
I
way
think that's what got her off in the first place on
Yeah.
the plea deal. You know what I mean? It was a lot of that, like, "Oh, well, look at her. Look at her. She's so
Yeah.
small in
It's
stature."
very
That's not.
disarming. It's very
Mhm.
disarming.
Yeah.
And my former best friend, who's the narcissist that I went through it with, she's an actual little person.
Oh, a real little in
Yeah,
real life.
she's a little person.
Oh,
And she has the most beautiful eyes, and she smiles like Britney Spears, and she is unlike Britney, she was talented. She was hilarious. She could do stand up.
yeah.
And it
Oh,
was
really?
extremely
Okay.
disarming. You know,
Wow.
you would
Yeah.
never think that this hilarious, beautiful little person could be as evil as she was.
Yeah.
She was evil.
Well, they say I was doing a little homework last night on narcissists. I went to that the HD tutor, the tutors.
Yes, uh-huh.
He's like a diagnosed one, right? I mean,
Yes, he's a diagnosed narcissistic psychopath,
I
but his
know.
channel is fantastic.
It is. I was listening to his videos last night when I was cooking and cleaning and just fascinating stuff. But what was I thinking about? Oh, that the main points that he was making in one video I was listening to is that they are very charismatic in the
Yes.
beginning. They are very, the love bombing,
Mhm.
the life of the party, making you feel so special, that you've been picked by this person to be in their life. And
Yes.
right, and they kind of take over your life. They kind
Yes.
of so
Instant
yeah.
drama also. It will be
Okay.
instant drama.
Okay.
All of a sudden, like with my former best friend, she was going through divorce when we became friends, and we'd only I'd only known her maybe 2 or 3 days, and
Yeah.
she's, "Hey, can I call you?" I'm like, "Sure." She goes, "I just feel like you're the only person I can talk to about this."
Oh,
And,
yes.
they make you feel special.
Special. You're the only one that can help
Mhm,
me. I just thought about you because I thought, you know what, you're so smart and you'll probably know what to do with this problem, that I'm
mhm.
having,
No
right?
one else knows this. I'm telling you this.
Oh gosh.
Immediately
Yes,
get your
immediately.
trust.
Yes. And make you feel special, make you feel you're
Mhm,
part of something, secret
mhm.
and yeah. Yeah, I think we've all not, depending on how old you are, we've all probably known a narcissist or two in our life.
Mhm.
Hopefully they haven't taken over your life, but probably a fair amount of even the people in chat know, I've gotten some emails that, oh, my, ex was just like Gypsy or whatever, so I think that's what is so compelling about this case. Okay, I want to move on a little bit more with this video because I had some other examples I wanted to ask you about. So here
Okay.
we go.
As if you never even existed. Now, we all saw Gypsy replace Ryan with Ken, but she also replaced Dee Dee with Christy. And
That's when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, because I want to play something for you. It just came out today, actually, about this is going to be Gypsy. So some new emails came out, Lauri, just so you know, in a FOIA release within the last few days. And Into the Weeds podcast shout out to them, love them, have been over on their YouTube channel reading out the emails. These are Gypsy's prison emails from around 2018, 2019 until she gets released. And so, there's like 1,000 pages of one. But this one part, when you said replacing Dee Dee with Christy.
Yeah.
And of course, we know Gypsy's story is that Dee Dee was abusive, right? That's why she had to die. Here's Gypsy in an email talking about Christy.
Decided on a course of action. 1, I'll let you send blank that text, and I think you should take yourself out of the group as well as unfriend her on Facebook. 2, I will call blank and tell her my disapproval of the show. 3, if I don't hear the words show canceled, I'm messaging my father. 4, if all else fails, I fight fire with fire and contact the media and shit's gonna get real. Headline, stepmother of Gypsy Blanchard exploits stepdaughter. One way or another, this will end.
So there you have it. She's in these emails actually saying that Christy was being exploitive of her. So again, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but this replacement, right, of one mother for another mother. And then when we get into trouble, and I don't exactly know what was going on with this part of the email, but I do know that Gypsy was threatening Christy and saying, you know what, not threatening her to her face, but to this person saying, I'm going to get her. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to
smear campaign. She's starting the smear campaign.
Perfect.
They all do it. They all do it when they get mad.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let me just go back to your video now.
4 is the smear campaign.
There we go.
With the smear campaign, you've already been discarded, but they devalue you to others by torching your reputation with lies, twisted half-truths, and exaggerations.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Like I almost knew, but I didn't. Okay, so the smear campaign, Gypsy uses this a lot. In fact, she just used this recently. Here she is, right when she gets off parole, Lauri. She's posting on her TikTok before she took it down again, right? Of 73 emails revealed. So now what she's doing, and I didn't understand this either. Here's what Lauri, explain to us if you know, or what you think about this. She's hell-bent since she got off parole on smearing her co-defendant, Nicholas Godejohn. She keeps trying to point out to people, Nicholas was the bad guy. He's the bad one. Look at all this. She's trying to smear him, I guess, to make herself look better, or I guess it's just the smear campaign, right? This is the tactic.
Well, she's been doing a smear campaign against her mother for how many years now?
Right.
Every day it's a smear campaign, as long as she keeps doing what she's doing. But yeah, now was he not granted a habeas corpus or something like that?
Yeah. So what's going on right now is they're putting in for a habeas corpus right now. So she knows that. You're right. That could
Okay,
be
so that maybe that
is motivating her, right? Yeah. She's frightened or she's scared. Right. And of course, she goes on TikTok and on YouTube, and she sees a lot of people that, have sympathy for Nick, and they're like, "Look, he was an autistic man. Why did you manipulate him?" There's a lot of people that, are saying that.
I bet she has been chomping at the bit this whole time she's been on parole to smear him, and she couldn't. And so here it is.
Yes, because this is the first thing she's doing now that she's off parole.
That's the first thing she did?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah,
she's been having to put up with that all this time, watching people defend him.
Right.
And plead his case.
Right.
And so she had to, very second, right out of the gate. No, the narcissist loves the smear campaign. That gives them such a sense of power and control, and they delight in the pain it causes the victim. And if you've ever been on the receiving end of a narcissist smear campaign, you almost wish death on yourself. It's so bad. It is so bad.
They really go hardcore, huh? Yeah.
It's you can't sleep, you can't eat. It's just this constant pain that they put you through. And this is why I started using Gypsy as a teaching tool, because I
Right.
saw what she was doing to Ryan,
Right.
and it was triggering me. It was bringing me
Oh,
back.
okay.
And so I just figured if I can point out these very clear narcissistic behaviors and abuses that she's doing, maybe other people can see it in their life. Because the thing is, when it comes to the narcissist, once you know this person that you're dealing with is a narcissist, you go. You get them out of your life as best as you can. You do not look back. If it's a family member or someone you cannot separate yourself from, then you gray rock for the rest of your life.
Right. Right. And so in the beginning, the relationship's good, but then when it turns bad and they start this smear campaign, why? I guess I'm just wondering, what is there? Are they trying to like get other people on their side? Is that
Yeah.
okay.
They want to control the narrative, and
Okay.
they feel entitled to your story. So they change what your story is, and they
Wow.
control it, and they control the people around you that want to rally around you. They have to control them.
Okay.
They have to control the people that remain on their side.
Okay. So
They
like,
are a
yeah,
cancer to the human race.
right. So if it was a family member, they'd be going to your aunt, your uncle. They'd be right going
Yes.
to them and saying, "Hey, I got to talk to you about so and so or whatever." Right? I mean, they're yeah,
They'll start getting ahead of your story. If there's, like,
right,
some sort of breakup, they'll start getting ahead of you and going to people, mutual friends, family members, and saying, "Hey, look, Becca's got a real problem I think you need to know about," or, "Becca
right,
did this to me, you don't."
right,
So they get ahead of it so that when you come to them, they're already poisoned against you.
right. There are other people looking at you like, "What?" Yeah, yeah.
Like,
They're
"Oh, I
like,
knew," the narcissist already warned them ahead of time that she's probably
right.
gonna come to you and say this, but I'm telling you, it's actually
Wow.
this. Don't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So the other thing, the other smear Gypsy did that was so over the top, as you may or may not know. I don't know if you know about the sweat rag incident. I don't know if you know or
Yes.
not.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was really, to me, um not just obviously a smear, but God, how low can you go? I mean, wow. What did the guy do to you? What you left him? He's actually not really spoken out about you, really. He's not dropped any tea or anything about you too much. And she came out with this again, controlling him. So does the smear campaign, is that to keep the person under control too, or
Yes.
okay,
It's to cause them pain and to keep control of the narrative.
right.
The narcissist tells the story, not
Right.
you. The
Right,
narcissist creates what your story is, not you.
right. So that's such a great point, because yeah, this is her telling everyone he's on this certain medication, and she's now laying the foundation where actually this is about him, whether he was on it or not. It doesn't matter. He hadn't come out and divulged anything about his life or if he was on any
Right.
type of medication, and it was such a low thing
It's
to
just
do.
cruel. It's
It
cruel and
it was
sadistic.
cruel. Yeah,
And
it's
she's delighting knowing that he's, like, literally sweating from this.
right, exactly, exactly. The other thing in one of your videos that you had was, the other example was this, right? This was about well, no, you used this for something else. I won't get to that yet, but this was from one of your videos, but here she's talking about her
Oh,
mother,
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and this is smearing her mother also though,
yeah. Mhm.
right? Because my mother, a woman not known for love. Really?
Yeah.
Really? You're going to do that? And for the abuse she inflicted on me. So
Yeah.
but it also has something to do with the daughter that we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, this was another example of her I thought, again, taking another dig at her mom, because she just has to. She has to do that. She has to, like you said, she has to control the story. That story. In one of your videos, I can't remember what you said at the end. It was like, I felt like, wow, you put it so well about how they're shackled together. Gypsy,
Yes. Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to try to remember what I said because it was
Oh,
quite
I
good.
think I have it. I have it. I have it.
Okay,
So
good.
let's go to, was it in this one? I'm trying to think which one it was. Was it in Downfall or? Yeah, let's go to this
We
one.
all know that Gypsy Rose Manson loves that social media is her stage. It will also be her downfall. In my opinion, it is inevitable. As you know, she made a rather interesting post on the 10th anniversary of the day she took her mother's life, the one day she should have stayed off social media, but she simply could not resist because content and attention is more important than decency. This is the post. Pause to read. She made an interesting slip up in the post, stating that her mother was deleted on the 9th, when technically it was the 10th. Now, a lot of people think that this proves she had more to do with the unaliving than she admitted to. I don't know, but there was another slip up in that post that I noticed, where she says, in regard to Aurora, I may carry the past, but she carries my future. So Aurora carries Gypsy's future. She doesn't carry her own future? That is a narcissist slip of the mask if I have ever seen one. According to psychologist Dr. Carol McBride, to the narcissist mother, the child exists to serve her needs, reflect her glory, or carry out her unfinished business. The child is not seen as separate, but as a possession. What Gypsy doesn't realize is that with every post she makes, she reveals more and more ugly truth about herself.
I just want to pause it there for a minute. I looked up this Dr. Carol McBride too, because I actually had heard of her before, but I wanted to go over these are the key characteristics of the narcissistic mother, which obviously, in our humble opinion, Gypsy is. Right.
Yeah.
So what she's doing with her daughter, this using her daughter for attention, using her daughter, I think in another one of your videos, you talked about how at first it was like she would never show her daughter on social media. And then that morphed and, it just, she couldn't help but use the daughter for different reasons on social media, So, yeah, the one at the end, also the envy and competition, some may show envy or compete with their daughters, that I can see her doing that also.
Yes.
Yeah, but the one video that you had about the daughter, remember the one with the poop on her arm and the let me go to that one real quick, because that one's really interesting too.
Especially the narcissist.
Guys, she had a blowout.
Allow me to explain that very unnecessary post by quoting Joseph Burgo, PhD. The narcissistic mother sees her child not as an autonomous individual, but as a tool for self-glory, exploiting the child's existence for admiration and control at the cost of the child's identity and well-being. In my opinion, Gypsy has been using that baby since before she was even born. She used her to baby trap Ken. She used her to manipulate the public into thinking she was a responsible mother, saying many times that she would not be putting her on social media at all, and then proceeds to do exactly that. She used her to manipulate and to torture Ryan by sending photos of her after she was born, and to triangulate him with Ken. She used her cries of distress to score pity points with the public, and also most likely with Ken. And now she's using her poop to portray to the public the facade of being a relatable mother.
And now, Lauri, she's got this YouTube channel, a family vlogging channel.
So ridiculous.
It
That's
is,
like something the Simpsons would come up with.
I mean,
It's
were you shocked by that? Because I was floored by that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
The funny thing about the narcissist is that they will shock you, simultaneously make you roll your eyes like, well, of course.
Right.
It's shocking, but of course.
But of course,
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
the
But
reaction
the
I
thing
had.
about the narcissist and the narcissist mother, and if you're dealing with one thing to help get you to break the bond, because they're hard to get away from,
Right.
you have to remind yourself you're really nothing but a toaster to the narcissist.
Okay.
You are just an appliance that they use when they want, and they will keep their upkeep on you. You know,
Right.
they'll breadcrumb you and they'll give you little bits of affection, and that's just upkeep, just to make sure that the toaster is well oiled so it can be used when needed. You are nothing more than a toaster.
Wow. Yeah. Let's watch a little bit more of this.
without any regard for the baby's privacy or dignity. Oh, and she also used the excuse of postpartum depression, which she originally said she didn't have, as to why she has been messaging Ryan behind Kent's back. Now that one's a real head scratcher. To the narcissist mother, her child is just another tool in the arsenal for gaining attention, admiration, and control, rather than the child being its own individual with autonomy, with a soul, and with feelings that need to be respected, nurtured, and loved. And that's the funny thing about love when it comes to the narcissist.
So do you think, Lauri, that she'll, this family vlogging channel and stuff, and as things develop, that she'll continue to use her daughter as this tool for notoriety? She's trying to pretend like they're this family, and it's called, her family vlogging channel is called Magic in the Chaos. Do you think I guess if she gets paid to do it, right? I mean, if it goes well, but
Knowing her,
yeah,
the biggest predictor of future behavior is past behavior. I think she'll move on to something else. I don't think that family vlog channel is going to be her thing
gonna
for
stick.
very long.
Right, right. Yeah, she hasn't done very many videos that are, like you said in one of your videos,
She's bored already with it.
eating donuts and going and buying toys isn't riveting. So
I know.
people aren't going to tune in for that. So yeah. I think, is it in this video where you critique her crying about her daughter? I think, let me see. Yes. I wanted to play this part and go over this because this to me says it all.
On this video.
How are you
Oh,
going to
yeah.
tell your daughter about what you did? And I just want to know that she's going to love me and forgive me for what I did in my past. I just don't want that to, cloud her mind.
Those tears are very real, except they're not tears for Aurora, they're tears for herself.
Right. Can you expand a little bit on that, Lauri?
Yes. So there's another correlation here between her and Meghan Markle,
Okay.
where the narcissism is shining through.
Right.
It's all about love me. Like Meghan Markle keeps saying that, referring to Harry, that
Right.
man just loves me so much. My kids
Right.
love me so much. It's never I
Right.
love him. He
Right.
loves me. My kids
Right.
love me so much. And Gypsy's doing the same thing here. I need her to love me, and I'm so distraught that she may not if she finds out.
Right. It's not see, for me, and I think a normal mother, if this was the same circumstance, would be the fear that my child would be maybe persecuted because
Yeah.
of what I did,
What
right?
my
That
child has to carry because of me.
of what me, not what my child isn't going to be able to give me love,
Exactly.
right? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's not what the child can give me. It's what I can give the child. And then my past sins are going to come to play on this child possibly. And that's the point I've always tried to make in some of my videos when this baby was born, is that why are you putting yourself out in the public? Wouldn't I mean, I put myself in her position and I was like, okay, if I had done that and I had a kid, I would like go anonymous somewhere. I
Yeah.
would, I would make
Change
sure that,
names, try to live
yeah,
a private life and give the child the best life she can, but that future for that little girl.
I know, I know. It's just, so, so upsetting because you know, hopefully, everything will go well. No one wishes anything bad on anybody, but you can just see if it keeps going this way once she goes to school, if Gypsy's still on
Yeah.
social media and everyone knows Gypsy's her mom, and how are the other kids and other moms going to react to this situation? It's just a clusterfuck,
Mhm.
why would you put your child in that position? Can't you have the foresight to see that you don't want to, telegraph to the world, here you are and here's your child? I just Yeah, just very narcissistic, can we say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very narcissistic. So,
So
yeah,
I am gonna need to go in 4 minutes.
okay, yeah, I knew, I'm sorry, I said 40 minutes and we've gone over. Let me just see. 4 minutes?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you know what, Lori? I'll let you go because I'll email you and maybe we can do a part 2 of this.
Yeah, that
How
would
does
be
that
fun.
sound? Would that be good?
Yes, yes, that would
Okay.
be great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Lori. It's been wonderful to talk to you. You're a fascinating person, and there will be a part 2. Okay?
That would be great, and so remember, chat, once you know, you go. Get the hell out of there. You don't want that for the rest of your life.
Oh, and by the way, your website and
Oh,
your
yeah.
YouTube and all of that have been scrolling in the chat since we've been talking.
Fabulous.
I made sure of it. And also in the description box, guys, you can find everything about Lori, her YouTube, her Instagram, everything you need to know about her. Please go check her out. She's been so gracious to come on and spend almost an hour with us. So I really, really hope that you guys will check out more of her work. Thank you so much, Lori.
Thank you. Thank you, chat. Have a
All
great
right.
evening.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Just me now. Just me. If anyone wants to come up, I'll give you guys the link. I do have a little bit more time that I could go over some stuff. I have some stuff on the emails. Let me put the link. Let me see what the link is here. Hold on, guys. All right. So if anyone wants to come up now, there you go. Anyone wants to join me? Come on back. Come on backstage. Let's talk. Let's talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Got some of the email stuff. Yeah, let me see here. I got some stuff off of Conspiracy's website because she actually did a breakdown and like actually wrote stuff down about this goddess gypsy thing. What the hell was this about? I'm going to talk about this for a minute. All right, let's go. Hey, how are you, Pink Cloud? How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Good.
Hi, thanks. Am I on the thingy?
You were on the thingy with Becca
Okay,
Scoops.
perfect.
How
And
are
the
you?
reason I want to come on the thingy is because real quick, first of all,
Yeah.
great job, Lori and Becca.
Thank
Great
you.
job. Amazing.
Thank you.
So get this. The new website for Justice for Dee Dee and justicefornick.com has dropped.
Oh, can I announce it now?
Yes,
Yes.
you do right here.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
actually put the link in the chat or in the back chat, and then you can put it in the main chat if you want.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the main chat. That's fine.
Put it in the main
Perfect.
chat. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
and I'll talk about that. So she's going to put this link in the chat, guys. I'm going to just tell you what it is. So over on TikTok, the people that were responsible for the billboard have made this awesome website. Just once she puts the link in the chat, if you can click on it and not click out of listening to me, go do that. If you can't click out of listening to me, wait, and I'm going to put the link in my description box so that you can come back later and see it if you don't want to click out of the show. So it's the billboard people, you know who they are over on TikTok, or if you don't know, I will discuss that at a later point, have made this website now, and they are going to carry on doing the billboard stuff. So thank you so much for letting me know about that. And we got Hello Starlight. Are you here? Hello Starlight.
I am here.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Have you seen any of the emails or anything? Or
I've been listening when I can. I need to finish today's. I think I've heard them all, except
okay.
for some of today's.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Hey,
these.
everybody.
Hey, Crystal.
Oh, hi. I didn't know I was even in here. Hey,
Oh
Becca,
yeah,
how are you, darling?
I'm
How's
good.
everything?
I'm good. Everything's great. Everything's so good. Yeah, everything's really, really. It's hot here, but besides that, everything's
No,
really
it's
good.
hot here. It's really hot here.
Is
Very
it?
hot. Yes, it's
Okay.
very hot. I mean, we had like 100 degrees yesterday, and today's about 96. It's bad. Last week was like with the heat index 108. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hot.
Yeah. It's like let me see.
It's very hot.
95 here today. Hey, Red
Mm.
Valentine. Hey, Red. How are you?
Hey, Becca, I'm good.
Let me. Oh, you're very loud, but that's
Yeah, you
okay. It's
gotta.
not your fault. There we go. Talk again.
Is that better?
That's
Yeah.
better. I found out how to adjust.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
did.
more.
They updated StreamYards. I noticed.
Yes, this is this new thing in StreamYard where I can. I don't know if it's new or I just found it where I can.
They put it
adjust.
in a more convenient place. I
Okay,
think.
I never knew where
Yeah.
it was before. So yeah, so awesome. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to go over this little gypsy goddess. Have you guys heard about this? She's a goddess.
Yeah.
No,
She is. Okay,
I
let me
haven't
tell
heard it.
let me tell you about it. Let me tell you how she's a goddess. Okay. So when she was in prison, she was married to Ryan during this time.
Oh, that
Yeah.
goddess.
Yes.
I got it.
Okay. She was this 59-year-old, I guess we're pretty much sure it was a woman. They had this, it's called fin dom situation or relationship or financial domination where I've never heard of this.
It's
I'm
like
so old.
that. It's like a pay pig, basically. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you can.
Yep.
What does that mean, Starlight? What does
It's
that
like
mean?
I'm here to serve you and give you money. You can treat me any way you want, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you money.
Yeah.
Is that a thing, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
don't get me started. There was someone on here who was doing that with feet pics. It was like,
Oh,
Ew. Ew, not
yeah,
the feet. Ugh.
but
Yeah, and
it
they'd like
was
to be
it was
humiliated.
yes, and she was taught like they leaked all their messages, and that's how she was talking to him. Was like that.
oh my God. Okay. Well, anyways, and it's like this woman that's like my age doing it. Like what?
Oh, really?
And
I didn't
59
realize.
years old. 59 years old, Starlight. I'm 61.
Goddess.
59. Okay.
Yes, goddess gypsy.
Yes. And that how can you can't even make this stuff up, can you? Can you make this
No,
stuff
you
up?
cannot. And then at the
Gypsy
end
doesn't
of
give a
it,
fuck. Yes.
she finds
No,
out
she
that she's
doesn't.
married to Ryan, and it's like the woman's like, "See ya."
Yeah, like the woman got hurt. She's like, "Oh, you're married?
Mhm.
Okay, no more." What
Yeah.
was that about? I'm like, "Oh my God, okay."
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
want to know, what do I have to do without being an actual criminal to get somebody to beg me to send me money every single week? That's what I want to know. What do I got to do?
Go
I mean,
on TikTok and go live.
Oh my gosh. Let me
oh
tell
my
you. Let me tell you.
God.
When I
Keep
heard
begging
about
me.
when I heard about this situation, it reminded me that there's this point when you're in prison where you pick up a lot of bad behavior, and but I think that Gypsy was already into this kind of goddess, weird relationships anyway. So I can't blame it on
Obviously, I
prison.
mean, the stuff between her and Nick, I love, adore, and worship you, my
Right.
everything. Like she's into that stuff.
She likes
And in
it.
some of these emails, hearing her act like Nick introduced her to that bullshit.
It's such a lie. It's just there's no evidence of that. There's all the evidence she was into it way before she knew him. It's just there's no evidence of that. The other part, of course, of this whole thing is this stuff about the cookie lady, right? Can we
Pimp
talk about
Juice, Mr. Pimp Juice, balding himself,
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Ladies Man, getting all the cookies from the cookie lady.
He's stealing all the
Getting
cookies from the
all the
cookie jar. That's
cookies.
what he's doing.
Yeah, he had his hand in that cookie jar, all right.
my favorite part is the cookies were mailed to the house and Christy
Empty.
threw them away.
Right, like, Christy, can you make cookies? I'm just curious because Rod really likes cookies.
Oh my
Get
I mean,
that
goodness.
out.
Rod called Christy lazy.
Lazy
And
and oh my God, overweight and
yes,
nosy.
Yeah, can you
Nosy.
imagine? Oh, I
No.
don't
oh,
know. I
didn't you?
can't.
You played a clip earlier I had not heard where she was saying that Christy was exploiting her and she was going to cut
Yes.
her off and all.
Yes.
Can you imagine
Yes.
those two actually living together? Not to be a fly on the wall of the
I'm
Pimp
telling
Juice,
Oh, I was
you.
just going to say that. I
Papa
was
La
going to say I
Pimp
would have
Juice.
given anything to be a fly on that wall.
Oh my God. No kidding, Crystal. Oh my
Of
God.
Pasta La Pimp Juice.
So I'm not allowed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to put the actual website in the main chat because YouTube just won't allow it.
Oh.
But it is in the private chat with you.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me see if I can pull it
Yeah,
up here.
hyperlink.
You guys talk so you oh
Yeah,
wait, you
yeah.
put it in the private chat.
We'll
Hold
keep
on.
them entertained while you hyperlink.
All right, yeah, please talk amongst
screen.
yourselves.
So
Okay.
who's going to
Please.
send Rod a purple hat with a feather in it?
You know,
Oh my
just a little
God.
side note, I'm gonna throw this out there. There's a person that considers themselves true crime, but they are far from it, far, far from it. And they're trying to say they're gonna dip their toes into the gypsy stuff because all of this is coming out, and I guess people are hearing about it. And if this person just, I will speak more on it if she actually goes through with it. Y'all need to stay away from this person, and I'll talk more about it if she, like I said, actually does it because we don't want you over here. Okay.
Whoever it is, I don't like you either.
Yeah.
Starlight
Yeah.
doesn't like you. I don't like you. Go away.
Oh.
Okay.
So I just want to.
I don't think it's that easy to stick your toe into this. You
That's
have
what
to
I
be on
said.
this for a while. This would take a
No.
while, I
We're
think.
Yeah.
talking about people who have been doing this for over a year, and now because
Exactly.
these emails are coming out and people are hearing about them, you know, you
Right.
think you can just jump in because what it's like trending. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, go away.
That's it.
Website real quick, Becca. And so this is the main page, sure. And please make sure that there's a lot of tabs on this page. It's like a press release, also some FOIA documents in the tabs. If you want to look through those.
Can you tell us a little bit about this? What is this? Who's behind it? And you know, can you just give us a little background?
Yes, I will be the face of everything that can fall on anybody.
Okay.
Listen. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. This is behind Cajun Navy Jen, Naomi, OG Just Me, Tammy Voodoo 33, all the people that were involved in the billboard. Okay. And
Okay.
remember that there was over 500 people that were involved in that 48-hour billboard thing. Like it took
Okay.
48 hours to
Right.
complete, but there were over 500 people involved behind the scenes. Okay.
Okay.
And Jen was the one that was willing to put her face up and take all the backlash. That's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, they've been working behind the scenes to create this website, and also there's a press release in the tab. And what they're just going to try to do is there's a press release right there. They're just basically going to, obviously there's information in the website, but also, yes, they are willing to travel around the country and talk about Gypsy and Gypsy toxicity and the truth about Gypsy. And yes, it's justice for Dee Dee, of course, but also justice for Nick as well, because it's a collaboration. So it's basically, it's hard to kind of just pick sides and only pick one, right? So it's like they just combined it all.
So are you guys gonna do more billboards, or are you saying this is more of a movement to go across the country to
It's all basically just kind of like combined together. So if it
Okay.
turns into this becoming more billboards across the country, great. If it turns into speaking engagements of them speaking about Gypsy and Nick and Dee Dee and stuff like that, I don't know what it's going to become because
Okay. All right.
because you would have to ask them what their goal is.
Right,
You
right.
know, all I know is that the website is up like they said they were going to do.
Okay.
You
Can I
know,
just say, I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to butt in, but listening to the emails and everything that we know just about Gypsy period, her image is very important to her.
Mhm.
So I think this is
More
great.
billboards would be
more
piss-
billboards.
more billboards, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please. Like
I
this looks
like the
like a
billboard.
billboard. This part looks like a billboard here. I know you guys are a couple minutes behind, but yeah, this looks
Yeah.
like a billboard. You know, this was if this was actual billboard and you were driving by it, I'd be like, "What? What?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And she
with
would
the
hate
QR
that.
code.
Yes.
and if you
Yeah.
notice, it says streaming. They're willing to do streaming deals, paid appearances, sure, book tours, sure. You know, because a lot of people have, well, not a lot of people, well, there are a lot of people that have written books about this. But see, here's the important part: learn the truth, speak out, demand justice.
Right. Right. Okay, so this is just you're just launching it. We're just letting you guys know that that's going over on should they contact you, Pink Cloud, if they want to know more about it or huh?
Oh, no. Please just go to the website, and in the website you can put in your, email to get the newsletter for it,
Oh, okay.
information. And then
So
if you want to donate, there is an option. Nobody has to donate ever for nothing.
okay. So the website is justicefordeedieandnick.com. Okay, great. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. All right. Let's get back to the
Pimp juice.
emails. Emails. He's
Talking
a
about
se-
that pimp
Rod
juice.
Rod is a serial cheater. Okay, let's talk about that a little bit. Of course with the cookie lady, but then it's like
He gets bored. He
he
said.
says he tells wait, let's talk about Gypsy and Rod talking about like his sexual life. What the hell? What
Fucking weird.
Yeah, don't make it weird.
I don't
Yeah.
even know because I've said for so long that she's got daddy issues and she's into this daddy daughter stuff. So hearing them like talk like that, I would never talk to my dad like that.
No, I
Ew.
mean that.
Yeah, that was weird. That was
Yeah.
very weird.
Yeah. So I was thinking that too is that, oh my gosh, she called him pimp juice. Of course, that's the headline, right? That's the headline. Who calls their own father pimp juice?
Your cheating father. Like,
My da-
you're in here calling Christy your mom and all of that. And then you're over here like helping your dad cheat. Communicating.
But then but okay, we know Gypsy's weird. Okay. But Rod, I don't understand. I don't
Obviously, weird too.
He's weird, right? He's weird because you don't talk to your daughter about these things. This is not who you talk to. He's talking to her like a friend. It's like
no wonder Dee Dee didn't want you around.
No, Dee Dee was like, get this weirdo, get pimp juice away from me, right? Yeah, this was just wild to me. This was just wild. And then this other part, Gypsy Rose Blanchard stopped media interviews, but Rod agreed to one for $10,000. That it's just gross. So she at one point, we got to tell that Gypsy, after Ken dumped her ass, or while he was in the process of dumping her ass, she was like, you know what? I don't want to do these interviews. I don't want to do the media because that was what was driving Ken away, right? He was like, this is too much. I don't want to be a part of this, and so, but then there goes Christy and I guess Rod, they're like, negotiating, getting more money. It's sick, right? It's sick.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
sick. Yeah. So I just
Did you
go
hear?
ahead.
I think it was today where Gypsy spit in some man named Mark's face that was trying to date Dee Dee. Like he had a place for them to stay. Like, and she said, I remember I was 6 years old and she spit in his face.
No.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered something I forgot to do. Crap. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta apologize to everybody. I should have turned off the ads. I did when they don't even I don't even think about it when I go live. I'm sorry. I will turn. Do you know what I'm talking about, Starlight?
I'm not monetized, Becca, so no, I don't.
Oh,
But yeah, I
sorry.
do. No, I do know what you're talking about. I know how it works.
I'm sorry. God damn it.
I gotta make fun of myself.
I
What
feel
is
so
it?
bad. I feel so bad. I'm sorry because
You
I
have
don't
it on
need
like the max amount of ads.
I don't know. Can
I
I
have
turn it off
YouTube.
now? It's already like all the show's almost done. Damn it. I'm
Well, if
so
it's almost
sorry.
done, then no, just leave it.
Just leave it. All right. But I promise I have to write a note to myself. I don't need them to be on. I really don't need them to be on.
Why
So
everybody should have YouTube Premium, so you don't have to watch ads.
yeah. But I'm sorry. So I apologize to the chat. I'm sorry. I it doesn't like pop up when you make the live. It does it automatically turns it on. So like I have to go in there and turn them off. So I'm sorry. I apologize.
YouTube is sneaky.
It was being sneaky to make money. Yeah, because I don't really make a lot of money on when it's live. So there's no reason to have it on. It's dumb. So yeah. All right. Let me see if I got anything else to talk about.
You know what I
Mm,
find
it's
weird?
a
How
bit.
that was driving Ken away. You know, all the media stuff, but then
yeah.
he drops her and comes back when her show gets on.
Yeah.
Right, because he just figured at first I think he was uncomfortable with it because, he just didn't know probably how much was being made and he just didn't want to be in the press, but then when she gets out and he sees everyone on TikTok is calling her queen and oh go Gypsy go girl, he's like, yeah, I can go for that.
Maybe
That's what I
it
think.
started as like, we're just gonna bang all the time, but
Yeah,
then she got knocked up.
maybe.
Because in those
Yeah.
emails, they were saying some pretty dirty stuff.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So
So
he was
are
thinking
they?
with
Do
the
they still?
wrong head.
Mm-hmm. Ken, anything to say?
So
What
I
about
don't know if
that
Yeah.
foxtail?
Becca, I don't know if you want to talk about real quick about the Ken Urker and Rachel Garlick messages being released soon.
Have they been released or they're going to be released?
They're going to be
Do we
released.
know what's in them?
There's 77 screenshots.
Who's got them?
Rachel Garlick.
Oh,
Is there anything like good in it? I'm just
Do you
curious.
know who Rachel Garlick is, Becca?
oh yeah,
Very,
of course,
very
of
well.
Okay,
course.
perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So yeah, I know who she is. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so to answer everybody's question that was just asked to me, the whole point of it is to release them one at a time at the event so that she can raise money for her autistic son's camp. And her autistic son is 18 years old, but he has the mentality of a 5 to 9-year-old.
Mm,
So he's on the low functioning spectrum type,
okay.
so she really
Is there
Right.
anywhere we
now
can
she
like
doesn't
donate? Is there?
yes, her link tree
Okay.
is Linktree Rachel Garlick, and on that it's got the Venmo and her Cash App and her PayPal, and
Okay.
everything goes directly to her.
So is this like more on TikTok? Is this going to happen on TikTok or where do people go to?
Yeah, so the event is going to be this Sunday night, July 13th at 6 p.m. Central on my YouTube in my live event section, live section.
On your YouTube.
Yes, and the reason is because Rachel Garlick and I have, I've interviewed her before back in September 2024. And although she was offered $500 for those messages with Ken
Yeah.
she didn't want to sell the copyrights to them and chose to go ahead and release them with me so that she can release them one by one, but also tell the story of if anybody has any questions about her and Gypsy and why they broke up or
Okay.
broke up, but what the falling out was and all that stuff. One of the reasons that Rachel Garlick had to kind of was because Rachel Garlick refused to sign an NDA. So she was considered a liability and was discarded. And that was a lot to do with Christy and Gypsy. There's more tea. There's more
Okay.
tea. Hey, Garlic wants to drop the tea. Okay.
Okay. So is that going to be this Sunday on your channel? Is she going to be on that with you, or I'm
Correct.
confused?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead? Can you put your link in the chat? Can you go ahead to your YouTube channel so everyone can go over there and
Well, I
sub?
can try, but I don't know if the main chat will. I'll just put it in the private chat, and then you can
Okay.
down below.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
you're
Go ahead.
only the
So
moderator.
this Sunday night at what
6
time?
6 p.m. Central. 6 p.m.
So
Central.
that's 7 Eastern and 3 p.m. Pacific time. Okay.
So
4.
6. Yeah.
4.
correct.
Sorry,
4
you're right.
p.m.
I'm so dumb.
4 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
5 p.m. Mountain. 6 p.m. Central. And 7 p.m. Eastern. Correct. And it's probably going to go on for about 2 to 4 hours, my guess.
Okay, so put your link in the private chat, and then I'll put it in the regular chat so people can find you, and Rachel's going to be on there with you. You guys are going to be talking.
Yes, ma'am. She's going to be live and answering all y'all's questions.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm interested. Interested.
She was on live last night with Justin and I, actually the night before that. And she said that yes, her child's middle name is named after Gypsy, but it's not Gypsy, it's Rose. Like
Okay.
Gypsy Rose. And she showed us the tattoo on the back of her neck with the rose, but it's all back to Gypsy, but it's Rose, okay? And yes, her children and her husband and her used to go visit Gypsy in prison. Yes, those things happen. Those pictures have been already released. So these are real things, but also tea.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, can you put your link, and then I'll put it in there?
Yeah. I just wanted to
Okay.
say that so that then I can just mute myself for a second.
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely. Thank you for coming on and letting us know about that. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in that for Sunday night to hear what Rachel has to say. I know, I always felt kind of sorry for Rachel because Gypsy really did her wrong. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Starlight? I think she did her wrong.
Yeah, for sure, especially in those emails where she's like trashing her.
Yeah. And Rachel was just trying to be her friend and started those social media accounts for her, right? And was
Yeah,
trying to, yeah.
I think she was manipulated by Gypsy, like everybody else in her.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
used her for everything she could and then dropped her.
She
Yeah.
even Rachel Garlick named, what was it? Or Gypsy was the godmother, one of her children.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So that'll be interesting. So a lot going on in the Gypverse. There's her link to Pink Cloud. That'll be Sunday night if you guys want to go over there on Sunday night and listen to what
Yes.
Rachel has to say.
Thank you. So the first link with the live is the actual one that goes directly to the event.
Oh, the
And
first link? Okay,
underneath-
hold on.
So it just depends on what people want to do because everybody can.
Yeah, okay, hold
So
on.
the second one
I'll
does
get
have
that one too.
9-part on it, and then it has the streams on it attached. So whichever one of them works, either way.
Okay.
I've been promoting this event the whole week. Rachel and I are probably going to go live again tonight, and so it's just kind of like.
Oh, you guys are promoting it like tonight. You're like
I
teasing
am.
it, kind of. Okay.
I'm doing that. I'm the one that's
okay.
promoting it and teasing it because Rachel
Okay.
doesn't want to be in the public eye. She just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
And she doesn't want to be a part of this, but she really wants to send her kid to freaking camp. Like, I get that.
How much does that cost? Like,
Okay, so yeah, she sent me the screenshot and unfortunately sent it to me with the name of the child and the name of the camp, but I cropped it out, obviously, and it said $450. Now, people have donated to her and it's gone down to $350 from that I know of.
okay.
She's gone
Okay.
down to 350, and she's able because of this event. Which, by the way, I'm making no money off this event because I'm doing it because one, I want these messages to be released, and two, I want JoJo to go to camp, so both of them at the same time, right?
Yep.
And so anyway, so what was I saying? The whole just go ahead and if you don't want to donate, don't donate, but please participate. Please say, oh, I'm here, or hi.
Yeah, just support the event by either watching it live or watching it on replay. Just support it. So,
Yeah, because I'm
yeah.
gonna ask her all the questions that everybody's been asking.
Okay.
Like, how like I asked
Yeah.
her, like, okay, so for example, there's a video on Rachel Garlick's YouTube that was like she posted it in 2021 when they were still friends and Gypsy was still in prison. And Rachel's like, I got an email from Gypsy today, and she's enrolled in a college and she's gonna study I think she said sociology or something. And I'm so excited for Gypsy, and I just thought y'all would want to know that she's enrolling for college. And then that was basically the video. So like now what, 4 years later, we're like, what?
Mhm.
So all that tea
Mm.
is coming out with the messages and getting JoJo to camp at the same time. So I think it's pretty fab.
Well, it sounds like a great cause, and I hope, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that wanna tune in and watch that for sure, for sure. Yeah, I've always felt bad for Rachel. I always felt she got Gypsy ghosted her, like we were talking about the narcissism, and they do that. They just do the vanishing act. They, like what she did with Ryan. It's like one day you're fine, you're friends, and the next day she doesn't even know your name, doesn't even know who you are. Silent treatment, and you're a terrible person. And then of course a smear campaign. So yep,
Unless you
I
have
want to.
something she wants.
And then she'll come back and she'll be
Got it.
she'll be goddess Gypsy, and she'll be beautiful to you, and she'll, love you, and you're an amazing person, and or she'll play the victim. Oh, poor me, poor me. People hate me, whatever. I just wanted to give, just because I was so busy talking to Lori, wanted
Yeah,
to tell
that was
Lanky
great, by the
Tour.
way.
Oh,
Oh,
was it
Lanky,
good?
my baby. Yes, it was
Lanky
so good.
Tour.
I love Lanky. I've known
1999. Love you, Becca. Thank you. Main chick Carrie, 99-cent super sticker. Kristen G, member for 2 months. Thank you. Angel Baby, gifted one. Becca Scoops membership. Thank you. Angel Baby is one of our biggest supporters. I know that. Crystal Pistol, member for 2 months. Thank you. Straight out of contacts. $4.99. Amazing conversation. Thanks, Barb. Really appreciate you so much also. Karma J, member for 2 months. Wims, member for 2 months. I'm sorry, you guys, I can't even see. I can't see to read it. Hit the like button. Okay. And thank you, ladies. Sorry, I don't have my glasses, you guys, right now. Dee Dee's Ghost became a new member. Thank you, Dee Dee's Ghost. Dee Dee Ghost that gave us a $10 super sticker. And Emmy Lou, $4.99. Oh, she had a question for Lori. I'm sorry. I was going to do questions for Lori, but then she had to go. I didn't know we had been talking that long. So there will be a part 2 if you guys do, because I was going to do questions for Lori. So if you guys do have questions for Lori in the part 2, we will get to that for sure. I will make sure we don't run out of time, because I want you guys to ask her questions if you want to. So yes. Okay.
I just like listening to y'all talk.
Oh, well, thank you. I think she's really smart, and I think she
She's one of my favorite
yeah.
of
Yeah,
the like newer creators. I really enjoy her perspective.
yeah. She definitely, because she knows so much about narcissism that she can
Yeah.
just point out those behaviors, and it just yeah, just must, if Lori blew up on YouTube, it would really, really miff Gypsy. I'm just going to say that, because
Oh, yeah.
she's not only is she beautiful to look at, right? But
Right.
she's super smart and has her number. And that would really miff Gypsy. I know that for sure. So
Watch,
you guys,
Gypsy's gonna dye her hair red.
oh my God.
Oh God. I wouldn't be surprised. She's out getting her red wig right now.
Oh,
I would be personally offended.
oh my God. Yeah, you should be, right? You should be. Hey, does anyone know, before I'm going to have to wrap up in a minute, does anyone know if they have are done reading the emails, or are there still more to
No,
go?
I do believe there's more.
Oh God. Okay.
I know there's a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I didn't get to see the end of the live today, but they said there was like over 200 something of them. So,
Oh, wow. Wow.
mhm.
Okay. So I'm looking forward because I know they said after they're done reading them, they will graciously
Mhm.
share those. So I just love to do research and really, go over those.
Yeah, I'm
It'd be
dying
great.
to talk about it. I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow and just
Oh,
play some
okay.
of the
Well,
audio from.
if you go live, tell me. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. So
Okay,
yeah. All
for
right.
sure, for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything in the chat? Anything else you want me to go over before I go? Um,
Just real quick, please know that Rachel Garlic doesn't particularly want to do this, but because she knows that how much hate she's gonna get from the gypsy camp and also from other people, but she really wants to get this done for JoJo. I just want you to know that she doesn't want to do it, but she's just gonna do it. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, she's ready to talk about it and break her silence because you know she doesn't have to explain all of the rumors or debunk anything or anything like that, but she's willing to do it and all that stuff. So
yeah, I was going to say something about Mitch. Was I
Yeah.
what was it?
I
What
don't know.
when
I
did I
don't
say that? Wait,
know.
tell me when I said it so I'll remember the context. Was it oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's what they're. Wait, no, never mind.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go
it's
ahead.
probably what you think. I don't know. It's dumb. It's dumb. We just got some emails from people that were just asking if Mitch was this is so stupid.
What?
Was a real detective or not.
God, I can't. I freaking can't.
Ugh.
Yeah, and if you guys want proof, email me. I can show you his gold badge and his
Don't
plaque
you
he
should
got at
not even have
retirement.
to do that. That's sad that they
Yeah,
do.
it's
Well,
not necessary.
all right. But poor Mitch, let me tell you, when Mitch hears that, he's number one, he's not a woman. So he doesn't get the gossipy drama part of any of
Right.
this. You know what I mean? He goes,
Yeah.
"What? Why would they say that?" And I go, "Honey, they say stuff about everybody. Don't let it upset you." He goes, "But why would they think I'm not?" And I'm like, it doesn't matter, right, guys? It doesn't matter,
Because we're all
No.
out, everyone's out here faking everything.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
some sinister things going on over at the Becca Scoops channel,
Mhm.
so yeah.
It's just
All
Well,
right.
another
it's
way
just
to try
insulting
to.
when someone has like education, experience. People just
Exactly.
want to like throw it away, and it's like,
Well,
screw you.
exactly. I mean, he almost got killed, being a cop. And it's just, when he actually got ran over on the freeway, he almost didn't make it. So, when
That's
people start saying
awful.
that about someone, it's kind of what brought him and I together was that it, that he almost got killed. And so, yeah, I mean, when you almost get killed doing a job, like in the military or, as a police officer, and then people are saying, I don't know, I don't know about the trajectory of that guy's career. It's like, what are you talking about? So I
Mhm.
will stick up for Mitch, no, he
Pumpkins.
wasn't Pumpkins was a real detective. Okay. He even worked undercover, you guys. When I first met him, he had this long hair, this beard, and he didn't look like a cop because he was looking like he was undercover, So yeah, he's a real detective, real detective. So
And
that
Becca
Undercover
was like,
pumpkins.
"Hey, baby, can I
I
get
bet
your
that's a fun. I
number?"
bet that's
oh,
a
I
fun
was hot for
story.
him. I'm like, oh my God, you're so hot. You are
Yeah,
so fucking hot. He was so hot back then. Yeah, he still is, but
I bet that was a fun. That's a fun story.
yeah, Mitch he still does have a great body, but he had this, like certain, I shouldn't talk. I'm not going to talk about it. You guys are getting me hot.
Never mind. Never mind. Cancel that. Cancel
Wow,
that.
chicka, wow, wow.
It's going to turn into an X-rated show real quick. All right. All right, guys, I should leave it I'll leave it at that. We'll tell those stories on a different kind of show. But yeah, I'll leave
Thanks
it at
for
that
having
for
me
right
on,
now.
Becca.
All right,
Thank
you guys, thank you so much. It means so much that you guys show up for my lives. You
We
guys don't have
love
any
you.
idea how much I love you guys. I love all of you. You guys have been wonderful to me and Mitch. And so
So do we get to
Yeah.
hear the rest on Becca After Dark?
yeah, I think it's going to be Becca Afters,
Yeah,
you know,
Becca
after
After Dark.
after
Becca
dark.
After
There you go. Becca After Dark. All right, you guys. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.